The drones, that's a very smart move. He knows exactly how this is going to end up. It's going to end up with buildings all over the place. Zest actually doesn't really have much money to rebuild anything. Neither does Solar, though.
Okay. There's enough money in the bank right now for Solar. Well, there was. I was going to say to make one hatchery. It looks like he might be able to get a little bit more there. This probe's going to get taken out. That's also huge. Does not spot those 3 hidden drones down there. Now, the damage, I believe that this base can be wiped out. Zest base can be wiped out more quickly. Am I correct about this?
Yeah, like Zest will lose his buildings more quickly, but we actually don't. Okay, we do have the money for a hatchery. Never mind.
Yeah.
That is the really important thing here because in a heads-up confrontation, yeah, I think he just made one.
I'm sorry, you're right. There's a hatch in the bottom right. It's just not at a mineral location.
Yeah, it's a well-hidden hatchery, but Zest actually just doesn't have anything. Like, he has no money to build anything except, like, an extractor. It's just not enough. 21 mutas will kill an extractor before the stalkers can even stop him. So this is just going to be game. We're not going to get into the really interesting part.
Yeah. Good decision-making there by Solar. Solar now up with a 1-0 lead. If Zest makes any more mistakes in the rest of his games, guys, he is the first person out of Code S.
That would be crazy.
What is going on? How weird does that feel to hear?
I want to mention, if Zest does fall here, there's going to be a collective cheer amongst the Terrans in Code S.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is like the guy that they fear, especially someone like
Maru.
Maru's looking to win this and go to BlizzCon.
That's right.
Zest is probably the most likely person to kill Maru in this tournament. So he is sitting at home right now with his fingers crossed that Solar just knocks this nerd out.
Well, I got to say, Zest, this is not the Zest we had last season, Artosis. Code
not
S
unbeatable.
Yep.
Not
Code S
unbeatable.
is a different beast right now.
Yeah.
You might be #1 a couple months ago. You come back here. This is the most competitive StarCraft tournament of all time. And even somebody like Zest can be eliminated first out of our 32 players in the GSL Code S.
Our next map going to be King Sejong Station. What is Zest going to be able to pull off here against Solar? Can be a tough map for the matchup.
All right, let's do this. Zest versus Solar in the losers match on King Sejong Station here in tonight's GSL Code S. In the upper left in the blue, our Protoss player, the GSL champion.
KT Rolster, Zest.
And in the bottom right in the red, our Zerg player, he is
Samsung Galaxy, Solar.
Ooh. All right. Very fun stuff. Everyone's coming down from all over the world today for the first opening day of GSL Code S Season 2 in 2016.
Got a lot of multinational nerds here.
Yeah.
In our audience.
We almost got nerd toe going on down here, Tasis.
Yeah, what?
The Council of Nerds from different countries, nerd toe.
Oh my God. Yeah, we got quite a diverse crowd down here. And that is clearly Zest.
Is that Zest?
Yeah, man.
Or is that Solar? Well, I guess it's got KT, so probably.
It's got KT, man. Can't you tell by the eyes?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Well,
Protoss did put a pylon there to block the second base.
Yeah, it's annoying. Zerg's deal with this every day, all day.
Zerg's been dealing with this for a long time, but you know, it's good to do.
Till the end of time, they'll be dealing with it too.
Yeah.
Protoss
are not going to stop doing this anytime soon, guys.
Yeah. Copies Hush, of course, and does the Cybernetics War. Might also copy Hush and lose.
Yeah, man, let's see. God, it's really weird to think that Zest could actually get eliminated here. It's really odd to me.
Yeah,
I mean, when I came in here today, I assumed, like, you know, even though this is a tough group, of course Zest, no matter what, is supposed to go on, right? And we see a sign referencing Zest to AlphaGo.
Well, guess what? This group is Game 4.
Yeah, that's the one that AlphaGo lost, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy that that guy actually beat AlphaGo in one game.
Yeah, that was one of the most fun weeks of my life watching that.
So
It was just
crazy.
so awesome. Just so awesome. I still want to play Go.
Yeah, let's play it sometime.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a board and we can...
I watched this YouTube video. It's like we can actually play it on our phones, you know?
Yeah, that's not as cool though, is it?
That's kind of cool.
We should get the tiles
Don't we
and
feel
sit in the
kinda like
park
we're, like,
like a couple Agishes.
Okay, yeah, well, that might be cooler.
Yeah, I think that'd be more
sit
fun.
outside,
Yeah.
drinking rice wine and playing Go.
That's right, yeah. And then people can crowd around us like they always do at the park, around people playing Go, and they can be like, these guys literally don't
These guys
even
are
know the
idiots
rules.
and don't even know. They can't even put the blocks there, the little circles there. Okay, so we have an Oracle again. Some more gates coming down here.
Yeah. Pretty standard stuff. Going to be going into that third base again. Will he go for the Adept Oracle attack? It did pretty well last time. It killed a lot of Lings. It killed a couple Queens, 5 drones. It was successful, I would say.
It was interesting because he did kill a lot of Lings and he did kill the Queens, but he didn't actually get that many drones.
Yeah, not many drones. You're right about that.
You're ideally supposed to win that fight, and then they either pull the drones and lose some, or worse, right? Just lose a lot of drones. So
I would still call it like successful overall, though, right? With 39 Lings and 2 Queens also going down.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a flubbed attack, but I don't think it didn't do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, he wanted to get some critical
Lings
damage.
are literally like the most cost-effective unit. It's okay to lose Lings. They are so expendable.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Wow. Solar's on top of things. Jeez.
Look at that control. Wow.
Wow. He's coming back for him.
He's back.
He knew.
Thought I would forget you, eh?
I knew you weren't making 2 spores right there.
Nobody does that.
Yeah. Imagine if he did. Like, he comes back with the Oracle and 2 spores kill it, and he's like, what? Sounds like my ladder
It's a
adventures
new
right
meta.
there. Like, oh, really? Okay. Like,
Yeah, I just put spores in places where nobody puts them, so that way the Oracle just flies in there, because that's when your screen's not over the Oracle, because there's not supposed to be anything there.
Twilight and Forge on the way. A layer coming up for Solar. Very little damage done so far.
I'm most curious to see, how well this first attack is going to do. Interesting that Zest is basically just choosing to do the same thing again.
Yeah, it's
know?
like a solid strategy overall. Does he have... How many Adepts does he have? I don't think he made as many this time.
I think you're right. Well, I think they're still back at home, most of them, aren't they?
Oh, he made some sentries a little bit earlier, so maybe gearing up for a little bit longer of play.
Well, I think the sentries are a better investment. You can, build up a lot of energy, and then you have a lot more utility later on.
Yeah. Going into Blink here. And, just falling around these Lings. The Lings can't really do anything. There's 2 Oracles over them. So if they ever stop and try to fight, they are, like, really super screwed. He's trying to make him turn them on right now, I think.
Yeah, he's actually trying to bait out the activation.
Yeah, because, like, the tags and even Stasis Wards can be very, very good against Zerg.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think Stasis Ward, by the way, is maybe the least used best thing in the game.
Well, I think people haven't quite found the role for it yet, and that happens. I mean, Cyclones had kind of a weird time when people are trying to incorporate them into the game.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the Adept, which I thought was going to be a much more technical unit, people just make that and just go for it, man, especially right when the game came out.
Yeah.
He did a good job here. 4 drones killed and still 2 Oracles alive. Very nicely done by Zest.
Yeah, it was some solid damage. Spire is on the way. He hasn't seen this Spire yet. I'm not sure exactly where its location is, maybe in the main base. But, if that Spire finishes up, this can be tough. Like, he has the right type of army that he can win that heads-up engagement, but that's not something Solar's going to really give him, right?
I don't think it's generally worth it, but he might have to do it coming up here, because I think this attack is going to end up coincidentally timed out to get exactly... the mutas are going to hatch exactly when Protoss starts the attack.
He hasn't seen that Spire. It is in the natural we just saw.
Well, here's
10 mutas on the way.
There's only 4 Stalkers, man.
Yeah, I think it's only Stalkers from here on out that would be warping in, though, and he should have like one more round before they get there.
Blink is going to finish. Blink is pretty important against mutas. You want to be able to blink away and abuse the Stalker's superior range.
Okay, Muta's about to hatch right here. He has so many forest fields. This is a really great area for him to be doing an attack. Sees the Mutas popping out. A lot more Stalkers come in as well. Still has the double Oracle to help against these Zerglings. This is going a lot better for Zest this time.
He's got the drones boxed in.
Oh,
the drones are getting a beat down here. Nice force fields there, locking out a lot of those Lings.
Oh, man. Turns on those Oracles as well, killing off so many of these Zerglings. A ton of drones going down. The Queen's coming in to fight as well, but this is not a 360 flank. These are great force fields. The sentry's starting to go down.
Yeah, he blinks on top. The Mutas are starting to get cut down. I think this might be game here, Artosis.
Yeah,
He's just baited out. Look at those perfect force fields. Picks that fight favorably. GG. Zest wins the next game. That's tying it up 1-1.
Wow, very good timing attack there by Zest, just nailing it, getting his stalkers out just before the mutas hatch. A perfect positioning. You know, he got the sentries a little bit earlier this game.
Yeah.
Kept those 2 oracles alive to help. Everything he did was very sharp, very precise. That's the Zest we know and love.
All right, he's still got it. It's all going to come down to this next game here. Remember, the winner of this series goes on and faces off against MC.
Yeah, whoever wins this is not just out of the group. Even if, you know, let's say that Solar beats Zest here.
Yeah.
Who do you think has a better chance against MC between these two?
I don't know. I think Solar
I think it might be Solar.
I think it might be Solar.
Yeah, I think he might have a better chance against MC.
It just still feels so weird to say this, considering all the success.
It's not a huge difference. Yeah,
you know?
It's kind of weird.
All right, guys, we're about to eliminate our first player in the GSL Code S. This is a fight for survival. Zest versus Solar. In the bottom right, in the blue, our Protoss player. He is
KT Rolster, Zest.
a lot of people cheering for Zest today. Very good player, but he might get eliminated here. In the upper left, in the red, our Zerg player.
Samsung Galaxy, Solar.
Sick night of Code S to start out with.
Oh, I'm so glad we're back in Code S.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming down, buddy. Hope you're enjoying the games.
Oh, he is tasteless. He's loving tonight. He chose a fantastic night to come to the GSL studio. Probably.
So, we actually, don't do that. Oh! Almost lost the drone there. That would have been a crazy way to start this game off.
Yeah.
That is like not supposed to happen at this level of play.
He's enjoying GSL as well.
Oh, man.
All right.
And, okay, so we're off. We're off in this game now. Expect anything. Do you think that there is a chance, because I think there is, but that Zest will do that double Oracle play again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Poking with that.
It's a really solid style right now. Like, Stargate is still probably overall the best way to open. It's just right now in Korea, it seems like Oracle has taken the forefront a bit. And his build there, that was an unbelievably sharp attack.
Yeah.
That was Zest doing that build. You could tell just by, like, how he hit it, like, right before the Spire finish. He had enough Stalkers, nothing could happen.
It seems like whether or not he sees the Spire,
executed.
whether or not he sees the Spire doesn't seem to be an issue with that build. He just knows that it would get there before the mutas. Because one thing about mutas, guys, is like if you stayed back at home, just in this big positional play game that you're doing, if you're turtling and staying at home, then the mutas have a lot more initiative on the map because then you can't get out. But if you time like what Zest did, you time that push out, the mutas hatch and then they have to scramble to defend the base.
The best that
takes away the entire muta advantage. I mean, because mutas are like the counterattacking unit. Because lings are so fast and they're so slippery, they can get through so many defensive positions, and then you can just wreck the main. And when the Protoss catches up, ditch the lings. They're the expendable things, and then fly out with the mutas.
Yeah, and look, the difference between Game 1 and Game 2 was just Zest took out the Oracle Adept attack, which made it sharper in Game 2. So if he does Oracles again, I think he'll use Game 2's timing once again. Like, it seems like Solar wants to go for Spire-type play, so he doesn't want to do something like, you know, that Oracle Adept attack from Game 1 would have hurt him a lot more if he was trying to take up to Hydras or something at the moment, right? So just kind of something interesting throughout there, and it looks like it might be the same build again.
Well, it's interesting to see Zest play like this. This seems to tell me that he is indifferent if Solar knows what he's doing or not. Now, that tells me Zest thinks this build is rock solid.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think it is. This is like really, really good stuff. You know, we've seen the reemergence of a lot of sentries and a lot of blink right now in the matchup. It's just kind of very flexible. You're trying to kill people before they do things like get to mutas and before they get to things like lurkers, right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, if you get lurkers against this type of army, that's what Rogue did. He just is like, okay, now I have lurkers, and Zest is like, oh, I have gateway units. Oh no, oh, I guess I lose that game.
You know, it's. Uh-oh, hold on. Okay, does not lose the Oracle. But yeah, it's interesting. You know, normally when we look at Protoss players, we expect them to rotate what their builds are more than the other races even.
Yeah.
Because Protoss, if you, generally speaking, and it's always kind of been like this in StarCraft, if you know exactly what they're going to do, you can kind of, and it's not like a hard counter, but you kind of just play around that, and you can end up with a lot more assets in the late game. But it seems like Zest is kind of pulling like a Rain here, and just going for this like, this is my basic build. I don't care if you know what it's, what I'm doing. Well, I'm just going to execute this well.
I guess he has maximum of 3 games against Solar tonight. So to have like one build that he's feeling is just very good overall, one type of strategy is going to be. He has 3 different matchups he has to play tonight. Let's not forget, or possibly play. And that's definitely something that has to be taken into consideration. Gumio mentioned he was very happy that he only had 2 matchups to practice for. It really, I mean, a third as much practice time.
By the way, guys, we already announced this, but we're going to say it again because we probably have a lot more viewers. We always get more viewers as we get deeper into the show. Artosis and I are casting the upcoming Brood War tournament.
Yes.
So definitely check that out. So we're going to be doing not just StarCraft 2 here. We're going to be doing StarCraft 1, which is still played, in case you're wondering, especially in Korea, and still very competitive. So if you enjoy watching this, you will obviously enjoy watching the older version of StarCraft as well. So definitely check that out.
They're both fantastic games, and they're both games that absolutely can enjoy at the same time. It's not like you need to like one more than the other.
Yeah, please don't be that nerd that's like, I have to pick one that I love and one that I hate. I'm like, well, actually, nobody's making you do that.
They're really, really different.
Please don't become one of these tribal people that likes this game and doesn't like that game. You should be able to enjoy. But this is the only other, excuse me, there's Warcraft 3, StarCraft 2, and StarCraft 1. These are like the only real RTSs that are competitive. So.
And Warcraft 3, I'd have an argument with you about it. But no, really, these are the games. Okay.
Okay, we got a timing up here.
This is
actually pretty smart here.
Yeah, he's going to force field a bunch up here and throw on some overcharges. So this is going to be.
Oh, what are these Lings doing?
A little bit sloppy there by Solar.
Odd key overlap. He's going to come down now, trying to get some of these probes.
Okay, okay force fields, and he's dealing with that little Ling run by. So. This is a good defense. He's got enough sentries. I don't think that this is super breakable. With the slow queens, like, how do you actually do this?
I'm not sure what exactly Solar expected, just seeing that this is a ramp here.
If he had gotten there before pylons were at the ramp, maybe he can just bust up, but with that extra firepower, it seems very difficult.
Well, it looks like he's going to try to come around here. And I'm under the impression if he can flank it, it might work. Let's see. Okay, here come the Lings. Oh, no, he's actually going to go for the Nexus? Okay, he's trying to draw. I believe he's trying to draw him away from the ramp, but then we see that the Zerg went back. I don't see the Queens there with this.
I think he's realized there's just nothing to do.
He just, aborted the strat and is going to go try to play a normal game now.
And look at that. He didn't even actually have a layer, so his layer's super late. He's taken his 4th. Luckily, he has a lot of queens, so I guess he can get some good creep spread, but Zest has a lot of toys to play with. He's got a good sentry count. He's got 3 bases, not perfect probe saturation, but good enough for now. He's already got Blink. He still has 2 Oracles with a lot of energy. This is some good stuff, man. Like, I definitely like Zest's position.
Yeah, well, I mean, surviving this, Zerg basically invested into this big attack and got all these units instead of getting tech, instead of getting, more drones and everything like that. And he wasn't even able to break in. He wasn't even able to actually have the fight he wanted to have. So he backs up. He's using this little spare group of Lings to come in here and kind of continue to make the threat for Protoss, to make Protoss feel uncomfortable about leaving his base, but Zest is going to leave anyways.
Yeah, he's pushing up quite quickly here. The Oracle's kind of scouting everything out front, seeing what's coming. We have right now Robo on the way. And this is, I like that he keeps trying to counterattack with these Lings.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Took out 4 probes there.
Yeah.
Losing some Lings, that's okay. If you're taking out probes and losing Lings in it, that's okay. It seems like Protoss is going to come in here from the top, and Zerg is just going to get blindsided. Solar completely unaware that this army was moving up here.
Yeah, and he actually kept a bunch of units back to stop a huge flank that Solar did have planned, so kind of a smart move there as well.
Well, Warpins to save the day there. The counterattack of the Lings not effective. It's just been blocked off.
That could have been brutal as well. still pushing forward. A lot of Ling Ravager Queen here. He's got to be careful engaging against this. If those Corrosive Vials hit, obviously Solar can wipe his army very, very quickly. Oh, I love that fourth base, considering he's pushing down this path.
Yeah,
take that as your fourth?
Yeah, well, he's
really
killing
smart.
2 birds with 1 stone here. Because it's going to be much tougher for Zerg to try to counterattack that. It allows you to have a secure warp-in zone where you can actually continue to survey what they're doing. And I love the tagging here, too, because Zerg, I mean, you should be able to get good force fields up every time if you see where their army's coming from.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have that moment
wards,
right here. Nicely done.
Oh, my God, the stasis wards make their own force fields for you. Just huge moves right here.
However, the Zerg army is still scary enough. Protoss seems to be edging away from it.
Imagine if he didn't have those stasis wards. He would have already lost this game. Like,
Ling's coming in here from behind. Corrosive Vials shot down. Nice dodge there by Zest.
now, he's going to be able to probably kill this fourth base of Zest, but Zest has 3 Robo Immortals up right now. I guess he's not producing consistently out of all of them, but once he gets those Immortals really rolling, he will be able to crush this army. He just has to be careful right now.
Okay, he's got to hang on to this location here. It does not seem like Protoss has enough Robo units to actually hold this off. I mean, he was very late on getting those Immortals in general, especially against an army that's, really the backbone is Roach Tech.
Yeah, this counter push is really strong right now. The Immortals are being produced, but they're a little bit late. More Immortals still on the way. This is a huge concave of Stalkers, though. He should be able to hold on here. But he's lost a lot of his tech units. Like, all his sentries are gone, for instance.
Yeah.
That's really, that's super painful. You still want sentries against this army.
Whenever you see only Stalkers and not much of anything else, it can be a bad sign. Nice job with the Corrosive Vials, by the way, connecting on that army. But he's continuing to, Zest is continuing to make a lot of Immortals here to try to hold this.
A lot of micro going on. I like how we have it pulled back so you can actually see, guys. There's Corrosive Vials all over the place. Zest has to consistently shift his screen and move everything back here.
Let's also keep in mind that Solar actually can't run away with this attack. The Stalkers actually will chase this down and kill it, so he has to commit here. And if he commits here and Zest wins the fight, then Solar's lost a lot of very valuable tech.
Now, a lot of these Vials actually starting to hit quite a bit, but those Immortals dealing huge amounts of damage, and he is forcing it back now. Queen's starting to get sniped. The Mothership Core coming in from the side as well, and you're right about that. He's got to blink forward and chase down these Ravagers.
And that's what happens when you overextend with Roach Ravager, is the Stalkers can then really start to shave off the ends of your army. So he's going to try to retreat up to the top centers. Note supplies are 150, so they're basically tied. It's 3 Robos pumping Immortals, which is insane. He's not even really making that many gateway units. But that sheer number of Immortals might be enough to actually break the Zerg.
When you get enough Immortals, like, anything Roach-based will just evaporate,
Yeah, it
and
just
that's
melts.
that. And, I mean, he's going to have so many Immortals coming up here. When he starts hitting 8, 10 Immortals, I mean, that's going to be lights out. A lot of sentries being made as well. He wants to make sure he can protect these Immortals and cut off pieces of army.
Okay, some more blink-aways here.
I like this.
He hasn't brought the all the Immortals up just yet. I think he's just trying to keep them at bay while he re-secures that 4th base in the center middle.
Yeah, and I think he's like buying time as well. He's like, okay, I can whittle down with Stalkers while I make these Immortals. And the thing is, what's really smart about this, the closer you get to max supply, the worse a Roach-based army is. So
That's true.
The longer time he buys before he engages, the more hard he'll win the battle.
Now, up until now, he had not shown that he had that many Immortals, which is pretty smart. Possibly leading Solar to feel a lot more comfortable with just this Roach tech. But now seeing that many Immortals, that's really tough to deal with. Even if you get good targeting on them, the amount of stuff that's going to be dead is wild. So looks like Zerg's now going to try to push back again. Remember, you cannot overextend with the Zerg army because you cannot run away. But I think Zest is going to have to hold his ground here, and this attack is picking up right now.
Yeah, a lot of Corrosive Vials start to go down. Big force fields as well. The Corrosive Vials actually hitting pretty well, but overall it looks like this army is going to start to die off to Zest. Huge amount of Immortals. Starts microing back against these Vials, but there's not much left aside from Ravagers here.
Yeah, the Vials are connecting, but this army's starting to get thinned out. And when it's just the Ravagers remaining and they're what's tanking the damage, that's generally a bad sign. Nice Vials, though, taking out 2 more Immortals. But yeah, it's an overextension. GG!
Wow,
We got the rematch!
Yeah, Solar a little bit upset with himself there. He definitely had potential to win this series. At the end of the day, Zest pulls it out.
Oh,
wow.
Yes! I am so excited for this next match. It's going to be MC versus Zest. Now, if you guys are just now tuning in, MC actually beat Zest. It was insane. unexpected. Now these two players got to fight to the death. Only one can move on to Code S.
Yeah, just wild, man. One of these amazing Protoss players, the best of the old and the best of the new.
Yeah.
And it really could go either way. I favor Zest a bit here. But MC has already shown he knows how to beat Zest. Zest needs to pull it back, maybe be a little bit more defensive, a little bit less greedy, but MC knows he needs to do that, so MC can mix it up and say, hey, you're going to play a little bit safer, I'll play greedy and get the advantage that way.
It's going to be very interesting to see what they do in this next match. We are going to go to a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on with our final match in tonight's GSL Code S.
겨울을 이겨낸 봄꽃이 내게 말했다. 맑고 깨끗한 칠성 사이다.
짬뽕이네. 와, 맛있는 거. 근데 어디서 시킨 거예요? 그거 시킨 거 아닌데. 어떻게 볶음 진짬뽕인데? 어떻게 볶음 진짬뽕? 볶음 뜬 짬뽕. 볶음 뜬 짬뽕. 와, 정말로 화끈하네. 볶음 진짬뽕 외에는 절대 현혹되지 마소.
이렇게 가지고 사진 찍어도 되고요. 이게 소리까지 돼요. 불러주셔야 가죠. 여러분 나 이거 너무 재밌어서 하는 거예요. 여러분 얼른 다운로드 받으시기 바랍니다. 오케이. 동영상 모드로 인스타에 직접 올려볼게요. 진짜 너무 예쁘다. 그죠? 다시 태어난 기분이야. 안녕하세요. 이게 진짜 짱이야. 딱딱 닮았다. 스노캠이었습니다, 여러분들. 많이 다운로드 고고.
오늘은 바베큐 장난 아니야. 항정살, 오겹살, 야, 어머 맨열 진짜 맛있어요. 오겹살, 항정살, 쌈장 딱 해가지고 웬만하면 참으려고 했는데 메타그린이랑 같이 있으니까 먹어도 됩니다. 밥이다. 오늘의 주인공 하루치는 세정 메타그린과 함께 다음 주 국기 짝빠진 저희 모습도 기대해 주시고요. 안녕.
거의 게임 마스터. 무슨 게임을 하더라도 뭐 기본 이상.
네.
지금 그걸 연습할 때가 아닙니다. 그렇습니다. 이렇게 하는 거예요. 이겼나?
이겼나 이거?
추가 시간. 좋아. 자리야 킬. 나이스.
드디어.
소나님이랑 닮았다는 소리는 듣는데 LW팀 소개합니다. 저를 키우는 게 보통이 아니거든요. 파이팅! 나이스! 공 한번 쓰죠.
한 번 죽였어요.
나이스!
와! 이겼어. 야! 어디?
개인 방송에서도 할 의향이 있어요.
방패 정도는.
우리 범 선수에 다시 한번 박수 치면서.
저 박수를 한번.
이거 팀장 미팅이냐? 이게 뭐라고 이렇게 긴장이 되죠? 느낌 왔어! 자, 들어가자. 지금이야! 마무리야!
오버워치
파이팅!
우리 올리브영에서 드디어 루이조를 변화시키기 위해 우리 아프리카와 함께 루이조 변화시키기 대장정이 들어갔어요. 이게 스타일 옴브 제품입니다. 피부 밝아지는 것 같은데? 와, 이런 게 올리브영 클래스구나. 러머띠. 와우! 영국 스타일. 겁내 멋있네. 나가면 번호 따일 것 같은데? 여기서 마무리할게요. 우리 제품은 올리브영 제품이었습니다.
이게 일단은 라운드라고 올리브영에서 파는 건데 향기는 복숭아 향기가 나요. 제가 복숭아 향기를 되게 좋아하거든요. 책상 앞에 두면서 향기를 맡는 걸로 라즈베리를 한번 발라보도록 하겠습니다. 이렇게 생겼어요. 색깔이 색깔이 마음에 들어. 뽀뽀하고 싶은 입술, 그쵸? 이 모든 제품이 다 올리브영에서 구매가 가능하시고요.
미소가 생기다. 화사함이 생기다. 건강한 하루가 생기다. pH 8.0과 풍부한 미네랄로 핑크빛 생기가 생기다. 아이시스 8.0. 이제 모두 핑크하세요.
답답할 때 마셔봐요 트로피카나. 상큼상큼 과일 듬뿍 스파클링.
리얼 프루트를 스파클링으로.
과즙이 톡톡 쏜다. 트로피카나 스파클링.
스타일? 상쾌하면 되는 거야. 상쾌함의 높이가 다르다. Stylish Sparkling Water 롯데 트래비.
봄꽃책에서 듣다. 있는 그대로 맑고 깨끗하게 피어나라고 겨울을 이겨낸 봄꽃이 내게 말했다. 맑고 깨끗한 칠성사이다.
(2016) Hot 6 GSL Season 2 Code S.
That's right. We're back here at the GSL Code S.
Yippee.
And what a treat we have for you guys tonight. It's a rematch. Zest versus MC.
Yeah. All right. So they played in Pro League on Frozen Temple.
That's right.
MC won. They played here tonight. MC won 2-1 score. Zest might be single-handedly destroyed by the boss toss in his return debut.
It's going to be a best of 3. The winner survives and goes to the round of 16. The loser, their story ends here.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think.
This is what's so cool about the GSL Code S. We have 2 champions, 2 of the best players of all time. And it's all going to come down to a few PvPs to decide their future.
Yeah, now look, the map order is going to be a little bit different this time.
That's
Frozen
right.
Temple to start. This is a very MC map. This is exactly the type of map that he can crush a nerd on. So I think that this is really going to set the pace. If MC can't take game number 1, I think Zest is going to lock this one up pretty quick.
Oh man, MC, he's got this fast, furious, aggressive play style. He's out-microing Zest. Zest seems to have a lot more stability in the late game. Will MC try to cut him off the heels early on and close out the game? Will MC try to face off head-to-head against Zest, who seems to have the most technical understanding of the PvP matchup? Because they've already played a few games, they've already been able to download each other's play styles, to some extent.
And I think Zest is going to play more defensively here.
I think so. I think that's what you do.
MC can do whatever he wants with that.
There's also the chance Zest does a reversal and actually plays super aggressive himself to throw MC off.
I think that's a good way to do it. You'd rather meet aggression with aggression.
Yeah. That's sometimes the best way to throw off somebody who rushes a lot is you rush them themselves. They don't even get to do their build. We're now going in to our final best of 3. It's Zest versus MC, 2 of the greatest Protoss players of all time, but only room for 1 of them in the round of 16. In the blue, our first Protoss player. His ID is
KT Rolster, Zest.
You saw his hands together in that picture. Normally he's just smashing a nerd's head like a melon with those hands. Some KT support here.
Really big crowd today.
In the red, the boss toss himself. He is
CJ Entis, MC.
So, guys, by the way, we will be casting the Brood War tournament here at AfreecaTV because AfreecaTV kicks ass.
Yeah.
Thanks much to AfreecaTV and
TV's
Blizzard.
Yes, thank you,
the
Blizzard.
CEO Kevin is doing so much for esports out here. It's crazy, man. AfreecaTV is the bee's knees.
That's right. So on days where we're not casting StarCraft 2, we are going to be casting some good old Brood War for you guys.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy this, I promise you'll also enjoy seeing some Brood War.
That's a great camera shot.
Yeah.
I love that.
Getting new camera shots here at the GSL.
Yeah.
Stepping it up.
Okay, so far these guys are mirroring what they did on this map the last time. MC looks like he's going for 1 gateway with that kind of wall-in type of situation going on. Zest, on the other hand, double gateway on top of his ramp. So very, very similar to what we saw last time.
Yep. I'm really curious to see when and if MC takes another base. Problem with some of the all-ins that MC does is it doesn't, in certain cases, matter if you know that it's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, for
so
instance, when Zest decided to expand last time, MC's build, it didn't matter if he knew. I guess the one part that mattered was he wouldn't have made the robo.
Yeah, it wouldn't have hurt to know, but
yeah.
Sometimes it's just like that because, I mean, hold on. MC's hiding a probe.
Yeah,
let's see what he does with this.
That could be for a proxy a little bit later on. Zest going to push forward with the 2 adapts.
He is going for a Stargate here as well.
Yeah, this is exactly the same.
This
is exactly the same on both sides so far.
Is he outmaneuvering him here?
Now,
looks like these adepts are actually going to be able to get up.
Zest hasn't made a robo yet. This is where it could really change. If Zest does something like adds another gateway, that could really behoove him.
Okay, he's shaded back over here, but keep in mind, if he loses these adepts and doesn't do anything to kill MC, and MC does do a 1-base all-in, I mean, each little unit counts. And it looks to me like he's going to suffer basically no casualties. There you go. Nicely done. So let's see what exactly he's got in store. Is there going to be an expansion still? We're still waiting.
Yeah, he's actually, Zest is expanding and adding a robo and a 3rd gateway. So this is still like pretty much on the same line. Oh, MC makes a Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's making Phoenixes here.
Well, I wonder, because with the when the Immortal gets done at Zest, because we know there's going to be an Immortal there, right? He could just use the Phoenixes to pick that up while he takes a fight there.
Like, he could expand, you know, you can just play with Phoenixes. Like, Phoenixes are a good harassment tool.
Well, that's what he's doing. He's actually making that Nexus. So no timing attack here from MC, although it definitely looked like it could have been one. And certainly Zest is going to try to be hyper-vigilant to stop that.
Yeah, I think this Nexus was a little bit later by Zest. I think it threw MC off a little bit, which might be why he went for Phoenix instead. Because if you go Oracle against Phoenix, you're probably going to lose, like, almost every time.
Okay, so we are going to be going into proper mid-game here, PvP. MC electing to face off head-to-head. Is he going to get this?
He's like, I'm not using an overcharge. It is not happening.
Okay.
All right. I mean,
MC attempted to bait that out, and Zest is like, keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it. I don't want it.
That can be fair. I mean, if you think they have a Stargate, the overcharge is going to be worth more than 1 pylon for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to save more than 2
you
probes.
Know, on a very high level, that actually might have been a tell there by MC. He might have actually tipped his hand that this was coming in here. It's like, why are you so eager to trigger my overcharge here?
Okay, so this is I'm like, MC's not in a bad spot. But Zest, like, when we saw MC go, and he had Phoenixes in King Sejong Station in the first series, right? And Zest had lost an Oracle and still came back in that situation. Here, this is, like, a better spot for Zest than it was. It's not that, and again, like, MC is kind of forcing a lot of Stalkers, which means that he can go into Immortals and kind of have a good comp because of that. But, yeah, just kind of something to think about with this.
Okay. Important to remember, too, this Immortal count is going to be pretty good for Zest. Just a little bit ahead. The Immortals are pretty critical units in this matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just, you know, the fact that they can take out so many Stalkers, they can tank and soak a lot of damage, so if you're good with them. They're easy to juggle in the Warp Prism. Juggling Immortals in a Warp Prism is not that hard.
No.
There are harder things to do. Yeah, let's keep our eyes peeled for that. They're both now getting blanket about the same time. A lot of respect shown to these guys, to each other in this game. Nobody wants to take any risks. Nobody's overstepping their boundaries.
And the one difference, well, there's 2 big differences, right? One is that MC has Phoenixes out.
Yeah.
And the other is that MC is making a few more Immortals at the moment. So Zest will have a little bit more mobility with his ground army. So it's just like little tiny to and fro's that we're seeing from both sides.
Barely keeping that Phoenix alive. And so this is going to be the 3rd base now for MC. It's kind of tricky. Neither player can quite attack the other one just yet. I think we just had a Warp Prism finish, though, so that may be the triggering point. We were talking about this earlier, but normally when you see the Warp Prism being made at this level of play, that means they're always about to attack.
Yes.
Because there's no reason why you would make a Warp Prism and then sit at home when you could have been making Immortals or Observers or something else. So That's the easiest tell there. So we may see that push actually happen here, or at the minimum, it might just be a harass. But I would assume it's going to be a push if Phoenixes are on the map like this.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. He's coming over, and he's going to see if he can get a cancel on this third Nexus, or, you know, maybe even pick off a bunch of army here. It's a possibility. Now, the Phoenixes are actually sitting there and see this coming, but MC not moving.
Okay, now he might be able to just get this for free.
Yeah, this is a great snipe by Zest.
Okay. Unfortunate that MC was just not in position there, so he cancels that. So this means Zest is going to get his third base up more quickly.
Yeah, and not just that, like MC is not getting +1 attack, so that's another thing that's going towards Zest.
That's a good call. I hadn't actually noticed that. Yeah, that's going to be pretty significant later on here.
Upgrades mean a lot in PvP right now for sure. You get a lot of units shooting a lot of times, so
yeah.
they definitely mean quite a bit. So MC just starts his third Nexus again. He's going to be a little bit behind on that, just like he was a little bit behind on the first Nexus. And his Phoenixes haven't really paid for themselves, I would say.
Not really. He got a few probes. He's been able to use them to scout, but yeah, I mean, the Phoenixes definitely did not pay for themselves. And the Phoenix number is small enough, it's not going to be easy to use them effectively in a battle. Ideally, you'd want to fly in when the fight starts and pick up Immortals and stuff like that, but...
well, I mean, this is kind of normalizing and stabilizing a little bit, where they're almost to the point where they can't really kill each other with these armies. Someone would have to screw up or get way out of position or something like that because of them being like a pretty heavily stalker based. Like basically attack windows for both of them are going to be falling down a little bit, where attacks become kind of crazy because they can't get all their units to fire at the same time. Kind of like when you see like Roach Ravager gets to a certain amount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like eventually you're like, oh, okay, we can't kill each other. Let's get more tech. But MC is going to push it.
All right, so he's softening up the rocks over here, and it looks like there's a... Okay, they actually are going to do it. MC's going to push. I think MC might be pressured to push here because he's going to be behind on upgrades the longer this game goes on.
Looks like, yeah, they've got almost the exact same armies. A few more sentries, it looks like, on MC's side. Maybe a couple more units overall.
If it's going to be this close, I would assume that Zest can hold this, that he's got the pile. You know what I mean? If they have the same armies, then...
Yeah.
Then you're going to be coming out with the... Okay, hold up. Here we go.
Oh, right. Those are really good force fields.
Yeah, very nicely done. He's going to try to poke in here on the edge. Unable to get him boxed out, though.
Targets down an Immortal very quickly. That was pretty nice. The force fields of Zest so far have not really been able to do it. MC really taking the initiative with those.
Well, let's remember, MC is like the very best at cracking open expansions.
He's the best at having too many force fields.
Yeah, yeah. The Phoenixes come in and pick up. He's committing.
Yeah,
we have
really
a very nice arc here on Immortal in the back for Zest, not able to do damage, not able to get in there with that surface area.
Oh, Zest doing some counter harassment during this time. MC really has to make this work right now. More and more stalkers coming in at the moment. And it looks like Zest just has enough.
Yeah, Zest holds, and this is another indicator that MC is just not able to stay afloat in the late game against a player like Zest.
Yeah.
MC might have to shift gears here, start doing rushes, start doing Gs.
Yeah, you know, it really did kind of hit that point where there's just like, you both have basically the same stuff, and it's too much stuff, and attacking doesn't really work.
Yeah.
He's attacking a defensive position with approximately the same army, which means, you know, the overcharge and stuff, the defender's advantage that you generally have. You have a bunch of places you can warp and not just
His Immortals can get there before your Immortals can, and help defend. Kind of an odd way to end that last game. But even that game itself, that was not a game that was intended to be a healthy late game for MC.
Yeah,
he was geared up for a timing.
He kind of got behind, like going for the Phoenixes. He got a little bit ahead of himself there. If he had gone Oracle, he could have maybe done a little bit more. The Phoenixes were a bit lackluster, but you know, it was pretty close.
All right, guys, we're going into game number 2. Zest versus MC. Two of the most influential Protosses of all time are duking it out for that spot in the round of 16 in the GSL Code S. In the upper left in the blue, he is
KT Rolster, Zest.
And in the bottom right in the red, the boss toss, he is
CJ Entis. MC.
Giving us a thumbs up.
Okay.
Talk to me, Artie. What are you feeling?
Excitement.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I'm a little bit nervous for MC. This map definitely lends towards like more turtley macro type plays.
See that you beat me too. That's what I was gonna say. Is that because this map is like the ideal late game map? It's like, do you like to play long StarCraft games? Well, I've got the map for you.
Yeah.
You get an easy access base in the back, behind your main. So, you know, can MC actually play a fast game? Play, you know, pull off some dirty tricks and try to knock Zest over before he starts to get that momentum that we know that Zest will get in a PvP if he has enough of his tech structures, if he's got enough probes out. I'm not sure what he's going to do, and I mean, only MC's going to know what that is, and we're going to see what his plan is here. Now, maybe MC does go for a late game, right? Maybe he does it. From what we've seen so far, MC can't beat Zest in a straight-up classic PvP.
So far in this game, MC's not really going for that macro-type play. He definitely is opening with something else. You know, he hasn't made a Nexus yet. You know, they both got probes in each other's bases, so MC actually needs to clear that before he can even make his tech, which is really highly annoying. Look at this. He's got a Zealot. What do you want the Zealot for? I think it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, he's probably going to offensive pylon, if I had to guess.
I think he's... Oh, got spotted. That would have been cool if he had tried to hide a pylon in there or something really weird.
Yeah. Oh, a Stargate. Now...
Wait.
I mean, this could do something.
Now, he's making a pylon over there. Is he going to try to make one over here? Yep.
One of these.
Now, yeah. So he's actually flying his mothership core over here. I believe that's headed northbound right now.
Yeah, he's trying to get some sort of pressure going, but we're going to have to see some cancels on these pylons most likely.
Yeah, well, what he can do is he might actually send the mothership core just up over to the top right. And what he can do is stop mining from occurring in that location, and then Protoss has made a Nexus that he can't really use for a little bit. You see what I'm saying? He might want to wait until probes or stalkers or something is put over there. Okay, like now.
Yeah, he can definitely buy some more time, as you said, so...
Uh-oh. He's going to be able to get under that mothership core, though.
Yeah, he's going to be careful at that. You do not want to be losing your mothership core right now, especially without that base. And this is kind of cool in some ways, right? Because, like, you can't even really produce too many probes off that right now. You have to be very careful about that.
You can actually gun that down as they leave.
His Nexus is so much later, and he's been able to produce an Oracle here, but still, he's going to be mining from his Nexus not that much later than Zest is.
It's a very MC trick.
Yeah. It's this type of move is one of the most interesting in all of StarCraft. I'm always fascinated by moves like this by pros where it's like, okay, yes, you've got your base a lot quicker, but I'm doing this kind of tempo-ish play to allow mine to get up quick enough that our econs are close. And, I mean, with an Oracle flying in, that's definitely something that could shift that right around.
Yeah, let's see if he actually gets anything. Okay, immediately driven out there. Now, MC actually double expands with this. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. But you know what? It's super cool, actually, Taste. It's not just a little bit cool, but super cool, because since he has an Oracle out, you have to sit at home. Ooh.
Oh, nicely done.
You have to sit at home with some stalkers, right?
Exactly.
So that third base is just not going to be something you can take. Now, seeing the Oracle, you can also take your own third here, likely, but he actually
might
fully
not
walled.
see it in time. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. He did. He did fully wall, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like some really technical play here by MC, but I really like...
This is great stuff, man.
I really like what I'm seeing. And he's going to go for, it looks like DT harass here with this.
Okay.
That's interesting. Because if you're on 3 bases and you got it this quickly, there's a much lower probability that you're going to have your army in the right spot at the right time, or even necessarily have the observers out in time in the right spot in the right time.
Very true.
To curb the damage that could be incoming from the DTs.
Now, if the Oracle sees it coming, it's less effective, but DT tech is just very good in this matchup anyways.
Oh, yeah. Well,
even if you have detection, like, you can't just make a photon cannon. Like, you can just drop 3 TTs off and the photon cannon's dead.
Yeah, and especially as you get longer and into later parts of the game, where Protosses are, have huge chunks of the map they have to occupy, making a couple DTs and then sending them all over the map can be incredibly effective. It's not Protoss can get detection; their detection's good, but it's not like the most mobile detection that there is.
Observers are pretty slow.
Observers
you can't just press a
clunkiest.
button to have a detection.
Observers, since the day I started playing Protoss, observers made me insane. Okay,
Yes.
They are very weak. They're slow. They're clunky.
I try to get observer speed more and more every day, man. Just, it's like,
it makes a
where
big
the
difference.
hell is my observer? It's
Yeah.
like, Humpty-Dumpty-Doo,
God damn it! It's like 2 screens away. I've already lost the game now.
3 DTs being warped in.
Okay.
That is the.
And
no,
that's-
he has. Yeah, he only has 1 observer. That is it right there. And he only has 1 robo. So this could be really good. Right, like right at this exact second, I like MC's spot because he has that 3rd Nexus done. But this could get a lot of probes very quickly, man.
Okay, he's going to slip one up over here. Okay, he spotted it, but it's still in the chase. That's that slow observer, not quite able to catch up. Meanwhile, there's a drop over here.
Okay, he pulls pretty quickly. He's only lost 4 probes, which is all right.
It's just going to stay outside of the vision of the observer. There's another observer being made, but it's not out yet. This observer gets down there, but there's nothing over here to spot for this.
Oh, MC's actually falling apart right before our eyes. Like, the observer went to the bottom left and nothing else did. What is he even doing right now?
Yeah, I don't even understand. It's like, well, I want to see how bad it is. And then
yeah.
I guess it is pretty bad.
Okay, 9 probes. That's really rough, man. He's down by 15, 14 probes right now. Ooh. That's a difficult situation. Zest's saturation is fantastic. He's got good tech. But MC is not out of this. He's got immortals, he's got sentries, he's got a high ground. He can sit back defensively here and just kind of play.
I mean, it's not like he's lost the game in any sense, but I think the way that he handled that is a little bit alarming. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That, like, really
something
did not
went
look
wrong
like,
there.
Yeah.
I felt like our observer might have missed something. Like, he had to have been doing something else.
Well, I've never heard of anything.
The units moved really funny there.
Yeah. Okay, well, he's continuing to make more observers now. We're kind of past the part where the DTs are as important. Now, if he tries to counterattack across the map like we see MC doing here now, he might warp in some DTs and try to harass the main again. We'll have to see.
Okay, so he's going for an attack, and he actually scouts with the Oracle ahead of time. This army is not really that scary for Zest. He's getting charge and making Zealots already, but he does not actually have charge. So
Yeah, without
Blink
charge,
Stalkers beat them pre-charge.
Yeah, the Zealots don't actually get to do the damage. They're just little sponges. So he's getting Archons here. 2 Archons, to be precise. Yeah, he might have a hard time dealing with this attack. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, with really great micro, he definitely could. Now,
He's actually got 2 cannons here as well.
Yeah, that's smart. That's really
actually
smart.
Shows that he's like a little bit uncomfortable in this position.
But you know what? He's going to have some Archons, and he's going to have charge done. And when that all finishes up, he should be able to hold this easily. I think that MC has to turn around. I think this... but he's already made so many Stalkers. He might actually have to stay.
Yeah, he might be stuck, and he
like
has
this
to
amount of
commit to it.
Stalkers. Yeah, he has to trade. He has to like trade out some of these Stalkers for something. Because like if he just has these Stalkers going in the late game, that's not going to be good.
Look at this arc that Zest has.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be such a 6 surround.
The charge is going to just do insane damage.
Yeah. Well, looks like he's got the charge now. So.
Oh, a little mistake there.
Fished out some of those Zealots there.
Good force fields there by MC.
Now
Good micro as well.
Okay, he blinks over here to get in the way. He's doing Zest doing a great job microing with that warp prism. So a lot of those immortals are actually managed to be saved and they're not targeted down. The last immortal goes down. Zest won that fight fair and square.
Yeah, Zest did a great job there. Just had way better tech. MC has committed to so many Blink Stalkers, and now he's stuck on them. Against charge plus this many immortals, very little chance here for MC to come back.
Well, I don't know what a Protoss player can possibly do to recuperate from something like this. And this means that Zest may even want to just push all the way across the map and try to do the killing blow. 130 supply to about 90 supply.
Yeah, he might be able to kill him straight up with this. He's taking a 4th base, though, sending his Prism down. He definitely needs the Prism. Doesn't have enough right there to finish the game, but with a couple rounds, Archons and Zealots, he's only got Blink Stalkers.
We have a proper technical army here for Zest, and we just have a bunch of Stalkers. And this is kind of been a theme we've been having all day today, is when you see a guy that just has Stalkers and another guy who has other stuff besides just Stalkers, usually that guy with Stalkers is in a lot of trouble.
Okay, good blink there by MC. Picks off one of the Immortals. This is getting bad. He's just got to utilize his micro over and over here.
Nice pickup again.
Yeah, these are great moves that we're seeing. More Stalkers being produced here. so that they can actually connect, unlike these Zealots are doing at the moment.
He's committing. He's going in right now.
Oh, this is the one chance for MC because he does have the overcharge. He's bringing up his probes now as well. An actual blink forward there by MC.
Really nice job with these Immortals in the Warp Prism. If he wins this game, it's because of that control there. The Warp Prism's gunned down, but it's already too late. I think probe's been pulled.
Well, MC looks like he will end up holding this.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have any way to reinforce now that Warp Prism goes down. I thought he was going to gun that down, and maybe he would have taken enough damage by the time the Warp Prism's dead. It didn't matter.
MC continuing to blink forward as all three observers sitting right there. But Zest got a fourth during this.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing is, their units overall are pretty much knocked down to nothing. They're both just kind of sitting on Stalkers. And I think that MC's best chance is this. Warp in more Stalkers and go. Like, try to catch Zest, retech, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's like, okay, so you have 4 charge loss do nothing. You need like a critical mass them to beat Blink Stalkers. So this is a smart move by MC. He knows he's really on the ropes right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Zest kind of threw him a lifeline there by losing all of his own Immortals. Kind of hitting a reset button there. But yeah, I mean, MC either has to expand or he has to do a counterattack. That's the only two options.
And he's going for the counterattack for sure, it looks like. His Prism is super late, though. If he had had a Prism like immediately with this, he'd have a much higher chance than what he has right now, but he's pushing forward. Let's see what he can get done.
Now, Zest wants to not attack until he absolutely has to. Now, MC sees 4 Archons. That's it. GG. Insta tap out. Zest did it. Zest goes on to the round of 16.
Wow, this was a nail biter for Zest. Everyone was thinking he'd get right out of here. But at the end of the day, MC really pushed him to his limits. So did Solar. MC with some good sportsmanship there, shaking his hand. And Zest, the defending champion, goes up. Unfortunately for our boss toss, not going to make it this season, man.
Yep, the boss toss has bitten the dust in this season of the GSL. I got to say, this was a pretty dramatic season at that. Day at that. This was just such good games.
Yeah.
Really did not know who was going to get out of this group.
No, you didn't.
It was down here.
It was close. It was great.
The only thing
games.
I basically 100% was sure about was that Zest would immediately win, and then we'd have the other 3 duking it out, but not the case at all, actually. It's Gumiho who survives first. So we have now in the round of 16, Zest and Gumiho.
Wow. Okay. I thought that this was the group of death. I have to agree with myself. This was pretty crazy. The way it went down.
We're going to get this interview translated for you guys. The defending champion is the second player to advance in the round of 16, and he also got his revenge against MC. Congratulations. He says thank you. Tell us how you feel, Zest.
최근에 좀 프로리그도 하루에 이태하고 오늘도 첫 경기 져가지고.
So I've lost 2 matches in Pro League, and I lost my first set today. So mentally, I was having a hard time lately. But I'm relieved I was able to make it to the round of 16. You looked really disappointed after losing that match to MC in the first set. Tell us what was going on in your mind.
그냥 2경기 다 지면 바로 떨어지는 경기였기 때문에 그냥 그러다 보면 오히려 더 긴장되고 막 그럴 수도 있는데 그냥 전
I just told myself, don't get nervous, don't stress out, because it was a very important match. And I just tried to gather the best mindset before the losers match. And I was able to concentrate and achieve my goal.
일단 좀 제가 평소 연습 때 좀 안 당해본 류의 그런 본진 올인 러시여가지고 생각을 못했는데 그래도 한번 당하고 나니까
The all-in rush that MC did, it was the first time I've actually encountered a strat like that. So that just came out of nowhere and it really surprised me. It was hard for me to defend against it.
일단 제가 프로리그에 져서 뽑았는데 솔직히 한편으로는 프로리그에 졌는데 뽑아가지고 또 지면 제가 좀 너무
So I made a risky choice picking MC. Obviously, I lost him in Pro League. And even when I lost him in that first match, I thought, wow, this is really embarrassing. But in the final match, obviously that was the most crucial match. So I got my revenge. I'm happy about that.
박민수 선수와의 경기도 처음에는 좀 어렵게 풀리는 것 같았어요. 그런데 그 경기도 잡았습니다. 저그전 하시면서 혹시 아쉬운 점
Tell us
있으실까요?
about your match against Solar.
일단 첫 경기도 원래 제가 좀 뮤탈 바로 뽑으면 제가 좀 끝낼 수 있는 식으로 준비를 했는데 좀 제가 실수로 로보텍스 좀 늦게 지어가지고 타이밍이
Well, in the first set when Solar went for the mutas, I was able to counter that, but I did make some
자,
mistakes.
주성 선수 말씀대로 최근의 분위기 때문에
So I ended up losing that set.
의식도 하시는 것 같았고 기분이 안 좋아 보이는데 오늘 경기를 통해서 전환점이 됐으면 좋겠네요. 이제 조지명식에서 탑시를 행사하시거든요. 원하는 그림 있으세요?
Now you've got the top seed, and you're going to be in the group selections.
최대한 이악 물고 열심히 올라왔는데
How do you feel?
그냥 저는 이해가 안 됐어요. 왜?
That's going to be a big advantage.